The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has sat comfortably on the throne as the best vlogging camera for over 2 years now. It was the camera that finally proved you could get professional image quality in a 1-inch sensor device that fits in your pocket. But today, the competition has officially arrived. The Insta360 Luna Ultra isn't just trying to match DJI. It's trying to leapfrog it with 8K video, a dual lens system, and a modular design that changes how we think about camera ergonomics. And we're not getting the Osmo Pocket 4 or the 4P here in the US, so your choices are limited to these two cameras. In this video, we're putting them head to head. We'll discuss the specs, image quality, low light, and the software that runs them. But it isn't just as simple as the specs for these cameras. If you're already in the DJI ecosystem like I have been, it makes it a much more difficult choice. Then you have to factor in the price difference, and are the new features in the Luna Ultra worth the extra $400? Or should you buy the tried and true Pocket 3? Let's jump into it. Before we look at the footage, we have to look at the hardware. These cameras are built on very different philosophies. The DJI is a master of simplicity, while the Insta360 is a master of versatility. Here are some general specs. The big standout for the Luna Ultra is the 8K 30 frames per second capability. While the Pocket 3 is only 4K, it offers 120 frames per second in that resolution. But looking at the lenses, the Luna Ultra sports two separate optics, a 20mm wide and a 60mm telephoto. The Pocket 3 is locked into a fixed 20mm wide unless you're using a digital crop or an add-on lens. This is definitely a big win for the newer Luna Ultra, as you can zoom in even further with a 6x lossless zoom and a 12x digital zoom. When it comes to the versatility of focal ranges, the Luna Ultra is the clear winner. I also have to mention that both come with a magnetic wide-angle lens for getting more of your background on the screen. Both screens are small and can make it a little difficult to compose your shot, but the detachable wireless screen on the Ultra is something I find myself using all the time. You also get built-in internal storage when you go with the Ultra. When we talk image quality, you're looking at the camera sensor. Both cameras utilize high-end 1-inch CMOS sensors for their primary wide shots, but their color science is where they diverge. DJI's D-Log-M is a 10-bit profile that is incredibly easy to grade. It has a natural, slightly warm look that DJI fans love. It gives you about 13 stops of dynamic range, which is plenty for most creators. However, Insta360's iLog is closer to a professional grade flat profile. It pushes the sensor further, claiming 14 stops of dynamic range. In my testing, the Luna Ultra holds onto highlights, details, and bright skies slightly better than the Pocket 3. When you pair that with the Leica color science, the footage straight out of the camera has a filmic texture that feels less like an action camera and more like a cinema camera. My only issue with the Luna Ultra is the camera limits you when you can use iLog. There are some configurations where iLog isn't available, like Dolby Vision and Pure Video, which is a low light option. This is, however, also the same for the Pocket 3. This is kind of a big deal if you want to use this as a solo camera. It will make it harder to match all your shots when using different modes. This is where a 1-inch sensor earns its keep. In low light, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has some very solid images, but the Luna Ultra steps it up with a triple AI chip. It's basically running a massive denoising algorithm in real time. In my side-by-side test using auto on both low light modes, the Luna Ultra actually produces a cleaner image in the dark areas, though the DJI felt a bit more natural with its grain. If you do a lot of night vlogging, the Luna Ultra's AI processing gives it a slight edge in total clarity. Audio is 50% of the video. Both cameras have impressive 3 mic arrays, but the Insta360 has a trick up its sleeve. Because the 2-inch OLED screen is detachable, that screen module actually functions as its own microphone. You can set the camera on a tripod, snap the screen off, and hold it near your mouth for pretty legit wireless audio without any extra gear. So the other thing you can do is you can start recording from here. So I could actually go where I needed to go, start recording, and then stop here instead of starting over there, recording, and then coming back over here and wasting some of the memory space. Now, it's gonna get exactly the parts that I want. The DJI Pocket 3 relies on the DJI mic ecosystem. Its connection can be a little buggy if you use it with different DJI products, but most of the time you just turn on the transmitter and it pairs directly to the camera body. It's still arguably the most reliable audio system in the industry, but the Luna Ultra also includes the Mic Pro if you're getting the Creator Bundle. Both external mics are really good and connect seamlessly enough. The Mic Pro has the e-ink option in the front where you can put your logo or any other picture of your choosing. Not an audio issue, but more of a form factor issue. The DJI Pocket can connect to any of the Mic Minis or the Mic 3. They have a much smaller form factor than the Insta360's Mic Pro receivers. If you're using the magnet to hold it onto your shirt, the mic might droop a little bit. Minor complaint, but definitely something to mention. Which brings me back to the point that you have to take into account which ecosystem you want to buy into. For slow motion, it's a dead heat at 4K 120 frames per second. Both look stunning, however the on-body software experience is very different. The DJI Pocket 3's rotatable screen is quite good. Flip it and it turns on, flip it back to turn it off. The UI is incredibly snappy. The Insta360's UI is very similar with a few differences. It's deep, customizable, and gives you more manual controls over things like gimbal speed and other options. It takes a little bit longer to learn, but offers more precision for users. I feel like there's some lag between certain things on the Luna that you don't experience with the Pocket 3, but DJI has 4 iterations of this camera, so they have more time to refine the software. Hoping Insta360 catches up with some of the software updates. So which one wins? It comes down to your shooting style. Choose the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 if you're already in the DJI ecosystem and want to save a couple $100. Also, if you want the fastest, most reliable turn on and shoot experience, get the OP3. Its rotatable screen and DJI Mic Series integration are still the gold standard for pure efficiency. It may be a little bit older of the cameras, but it's still incredible, and if you don't need the features of the Luna Ultra, the OP3 is an absolute beast of a camera to have. Choose the Luna Ultra if you're a filmmaker who wants the most tech possible. The 8K resolution, the dual focal lengths for cinematic telephoto shots, and that detachable screen for remote monitoring are game-changing features. It's a newer camera, so of course it's gonna have the latest tech. And if that's something that you want, go with the Luna Ultra. I'm probably gonna be sticking with the Luna Ultra and putting the OP3 on Marketplace. I try to keep one of each type of tool, and there's enough overlap that I'll be switching over to the Luna Ultra. The Luna Ultra is the first camera that has made me seriously consider leaving the DJI ecosystem. That 60mm lens for type B-roll is something I've been wanting in a gimbal for years, but the Pocket 3 is a tank that never fails. Which one are you leaning towards? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see my initial reaction to the Luna Ultra, check out the end screen. Peace.